Xavier of the third class has created a small world of 10 kilometers in the sky and is being summoned by the principal. Tusk, tusk, one step to the sky. I heard that the supergroup Imperial Enterprise has thrown an olive branch to him. What is this? 2 days ago, Melanie from number 1 middle school opened up the ghost world and can cultivate ghosts. It is said that even the provincial government was alerted and sent a commissioner to win over and also rewarded a B-level car. Hey, B-level card, the cheapest resource card costs 10 million, right? It's really worth it. Guangcheng number 3 middle school on the playground. It is centered on an adult-sized stone with a chaotic color. Thousands of students lined up in a line, touching the awakening stones in an orderly manner. Today is the day for the students to awaken the seeds of the world. No one can be calm. Listening to the discussion among the classmates, Sam and the crowd had a wry smile. I didn't expect to travel through and come to such a strange world. He is not a person in this world, but a transmigrator. In the 2 years of understanding, Sam was surprised to find out. Every time people here reach adulthood, they have an opportunity to awaken the seeds of the world. The watershed of life is now. Sam looked up. Even in the daytime you can vaguely see the stars in the sky. And each star point represents a world. Those who succeed in opening up the world can become creators, dominate a world, cultivate power, and ascend to the sky in one step. It is highly valued by schools and the country, and a large number of resources are tilted. Those who fail will fall into the quagmire and cannot get up again in their lifetime. The best thing is to be a steward for other world lords. You even have to sign a master-servant contract and let your employer rule you for the rest of your life. Now, it reflects the strength of a country, not just military strength. It's the number of creators they have. 200 years ago, the world was in great turmoil, and from the depths of the universe, an outer god invaded. Each star in the chaotic starry sky above the head contrasts with the world and planet of each creator. They formed the first line of defense against the outer gods. With the help of the world, you can salvage various resources and treasures in the starry sky. Hundreds of tons of meteorites, fossils of strange cosmic creatures, evolutionary pool water full of spiritual fluids, solid and immortal metals. Even a new life planet. These are only the creators are qualified to contact. At this time, the students who awakened first have returned one by one. Many female classmates who failed to wake up cried together. Suddenly, there was a commotion ahead. Look, Laura has successfully awakened. It's the most popular aura world with a distance of 20 kilometers. Hey, this potential is 10 times higher than that of Xavier. I'm afraid it is the number 1 in the school, right? There was a commotion in the crowd, and the students rioted. Even the teachers in the stands were disturbed, and the head teacher, Mr. Lai, walked off the stage excitedly. He was talking to a young girl with a ponytail, a beautiful face and frosty skin. She is the squad leader of Sam's class, Laura. The pretty little face couldn't hide the excitement, and was following the head teacher to the principal's room. Along the way, the students automatically give way. Many familiar female classmates watched Laura leave with complicated expressions. There was envy in his eyes, and a hint of jealousy. They know that from today onwards, the two sides will have different lives. She actually succeeded. Sam was also surprised. Speaking of which, the squad leader is still at the same table by himself, laughing and playing on weekdays, and the relationship is very good. I also often grabbed her and made her cry a few times. Seemingly aware of his gaze, Laura's ponytail fluttered. Turning his head, she raised a small pink fist towards Sam, and threatened a few times. Full of playfulness and cuteness. Sam shook his head helplessly. Sam stepped forward. The next moment, the teacher called the name. Sam stepped forward and took a deep breath. Step forward and put your hand on the chaos stone. He closed his eyes. Like an electric shock. The touch from the fingertips activates the whole brain. Sam's consciousness was separated from his body. The mind is like the singularity of the Big Bang, which suddenly explodes. At the same time, a new star was born in the chaotic starry sky. As if the kingdom of God had opened up, a gray world appeared in his mind. This is a world projection, and the real world is in the starry sky is growing rapidly. Am I successful? Sam's heart moved, and he quickly restrained his mind according to the knowledge in the textbook. Perceive the stars in the dark and open up your own world. Absorb the cosmic energy and maximize the size and potential of the newborn stars. The new world, the first birth, is the gift of the universe. How much energy this world can absorb, and how much world it can open up, means future potential. Has anyone in the first class awakened successfully? On the high platform, a supervising teacher cast his eyes. This year's graduates have a high awakening success rate, the best in a decade. And Sam, who was awakening, suddenly heard a mechanical voice. Awakening. Your world is absorbing cosmic energy and expanding. According to their own attributes, absorbing energy and the right time and place, they are transforming world attributes and camps. Come on, the main event is coming. Sam's heart tightened and he held his breath. Everyone's world is different. The most common mundane world is not even comparable to the actual technological level. But if it is converted into low-level energy internal force, even the mid-level True Kai and Dukai have already surpassed 99% of the people. If it can be transformed into high-level aura and magic power upon awakening, it will be a step up to the sky, and even the country will be a sensation. Not only are there major official rewards, but major groups and companies will win over at all costs. Just as Sam's nervous awakening world, a mutation suddenly occurs. Originally the world opened up in my mind, crazy swallowing cosmic energy, gradually transformed into the most elementary heaven-round place. 1 kilometers, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Watching the area continue to expand, Sam was overjoyed. This represents future potential. Even the soil and world barriers have been strengthened. But this time, the small world seems to have broken a hole, and the energy is vented out. The area that was originally growing is shrinking. What happened? Sam's head was shocked. Haven't seen this scene before? Just when he was puzzled, a heavenly sound appeared in his ears. The host has successfully opened up the world, and the God simulator is officially activated. The energy required for activation is being absorbed. It's the culprit. Sam watched the small world shrink to the lowest level of 1 kilometer. His eyes were straight. Quickly asked, God simulator, what's the use? Stop smoking, the small world is about to be sucked dry. Seemingly aware of the instability of the small world, the swallowing force stopped. The God simulator is to give the host the authority of God, which can be simulated in trial and error for an unlimited number of times. Manage the world, develop power and civilization. At present, the initial awakening can be loaded with talents and different resources in each simulation. In the future, you can absorb extraordinary energy and unlock more functions. For more details, please explore the host by yourself. Emulator? Sam knew a little about it before crossing, and after listening to the introduction of the God simulator. It is even more eye-catching. The energy absorbed is all worth it. The most fearful thing about creating a world and running a world is that something goes wrong there or encounters an enemy in the starry sky. Once it is scrapped, there is no chance to even save it. But with a God simulator, you have countless opportunities for trial and error. Not to mention there are other unlocked features. Just when Sam wanted to continue his research, the awakening stone in his hand has already emitted a flash of light. One class, Sam awakened successfully. The supervising teacher spoke in time, and did not wait for the students to make noise. He announced strangely, "Awakening the world 1 kilometer." The students who were originally envious and jealous were in an uproar. "This awakens a ball. The lowest level of the world, I am afraid that even life can't be born. There can't be an energy cycle in the world. Don't talk about hunting in the chaotic starry sky, I guess it will fall apart after being blown by a cosmic storm. Rather than awakening such a tasteless rib, I would rather be a housekeeper for others." Many students sound harsh, as if seeking psychological balance. In the past, the successful awakening was high above. Now that I have finally caught a weak chicken, of course my psychological grievances must be vented. The company recruiters on the side were originally smiling, and they planned to come to negotiate conditions. After listening to the teacher's broadcast, he sneered. "That's it, without the slightest training potential, I'm afraid it's not even qualified to be a ranch or pigsty. I don't think it can last for a week and the 1 kilometer world will collapse. The initial size represents the future potential." No wonder they have such an attitude. There was even a staff member who was arrogant and handed a business card. "In my opinion, your awakened world has no potential. Before it collapses, sell it for a good price. Our Xinghai company specializes in acquiring abandoned worlds and recycling them for seed players to devour. Is 100,000 yuan enough? An ordinary working class earns 50,000 a year. Want to buy a world for 100,000? I am afraid that 0.1 kilometers of territory is not enough." Sam smiled, and after taking the business card, he tore it with his fingers, throwing it directly in the face of the staff. Fragments of business cards fell on the staff's astonished faces like snowflakes. Even if it is a newly awakened world lord, you are not something you can ridicule. After saying that, he turned around and left. Several company representatives were left with embarrassed expressions. Others don't know. Sam himself doesn't know. If it weren't for a simulator awakening and swallowing too much energy, his world would not be just the current size. And with the God simulator, he has absolute confidence and rises in the starry sky. By convention, every student who has successfully awakened can receive initial funding from the school. Outstanding leaders such as Xavier and Laura were personally summoned by the principal and awarded various resources. But Sam? Judging from the potential he has shown so far, it was Mr. Lai, the head teacher, who summoned him. She said with a slight headache, "To be honest, it's a good thing to wake up. But the world you awakened is the weakest. If you don't invest a lot of resources, you won't be able to last long, and you will be assimilated by the universe. There are currently limited grants available to you." Sam was non-committal. Teacher Lai hesitated for a while. With the flip of the fingertips, a full-body purple card appeared in his hand. This is the most basic D-level climate card, used in the world, to drop 10 tons of rainwater containing organic matter. This is the best help I can give within my current authority. Sam reached out and took the card, only to see the dark sky in the background on the card, and the pea-sized rain was pouring down. The style of the painting is clear, the rain splashing on the ground can be clearly seen, and there is a line of small characters at the bottom. Note, the highest good is like water, and water is good for all things without fighting, thanks. Sam smiled and put it away. Cards are the condensation of law fragments. Even this cheapest Class D card has a market price of 100,000. Seeing that Sam was in a good mood, Teacher Lai reminded, "Of course you are not hopeless, the college entrance examination in 7 days will be your only chance.